Why hello there. You know what they say, right? The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. And spiders. Definitely spiders. Those eight-legged freaks are terrifying. But seriously folks, fear and anxiety, they're like that annoying coworker who just won't quit, always lurking around, ready to pounce on your good mood. But what if we could fight back with laughter? Now, I'm not saying a chuckle will magically cure everything, but a little humor can definitely take the edge off. Overthinking, the bane of my existence, or anyone's existence really. It's like your brain's decided to become a masterclass conspiracy theorist, spinning webs of worst-case scenarios out of thin air. You know what I'm on about, yeah? Like you're at the supermarket, perfectly normal, right? Just trying to buy a loaf of bread, and suddenly your brain's like, hold on. Why is that bloke staring at the melons? Is he gonna steal them? Is he going to steal me? Next thing you know, you've convinced yourself that you're in the middle of a hostage situation orchestrated by a melon-obsessed maniac. And the worst part, the only weapon you've got is a limp baguette. Doesn't do much against a melon-wielding madman, does it? See, this is what I'm on about. It's ridiculous. But here's the thing. You can actually use this absurdity to your advantage. Next time you find yourself spiraling down the rabbit hole of what-ifs, try taking it to the most ludicrous extreme. I'm talking intergalactic space slug level of ridiculous. For example, let's say you're anxious about a job interview. Instead of picturing a normal interview, imagine yourself being interviewed by a panel of pigeons in tiny suits. They're pecking at your resume, cooing aggressively about your qualifications. "Why should we hire you?" one pigeon demands, puffing out his tiny chest, when clearly you haven't dedicated your life to the pursuit of seeds. Ridiculous? Absolutely. But also pretty funny, right? And that's the point. Sometimes the best way to combat irrational fear is to out-stupid it with something even more irrational. This one might sound counterintuitive, but hear me out. When anxiety's got you feeling like you're living in a horror movie, why not just actually watch a horror movie? I mean, think about it. What's scarier, your mounting credit card bill or a zombie apocalypse? Okay, bad example, but my point is, sometimes facing your fears, even in a fictional, gory, blood-splattered kind of way, can be oddly therapeutic. It's like giving your brain a dose of controlled chaos. You're essentially saying, all right, fear, bring it on. I've seen worse. Now, I'm not talking about those torture porn films that leave you feeling like you need a shower and a therapy session. I'm talking about the classics, the ones with wit, atmosphere, and maybe a jump scare or two. Think Hitchcock, early Spielberg, maybe even a bit of Shaun of the Dead for good measure. See, horror movies, they tap into our primal fears, but they do it within the safe confines of fiction. You get to experience the adrenaline rush, the suspense, the "oh my god, don't go in there" moments, all from the comfort of your couch. And the best part, when the credits roll, you get to switch it off and go back to your comparatively normal life, where the most terrifying thing you'll encounter is probably a strongly worded email from your boss. Now, before you roll your eyes and click away, hear me out. Meditation. It's all the rage these days, isn't it? Find your zen, clear your mind, become one with the universe, blah blah blah. But frankly, the idea of sitting still, emptying my mind, and inevitably thinking about what I'm having for dinner just doesn't do it for me. So I propose an alternative Gothic meditation. Because who needs inner peace when you can have existential dread? I'm joking. Sort of. The idea here is to embrace the darkness, but in a way that's more darkly humorous than actually depressing. Here's how it works. Instead of picturing babbling brooks and sun-dappled meadows, visualize a dark, spooky forest. You know the kind I mean. The ones from your nightmares. There's gnarled trees, creepy crawlies, and an eerie silence that's more unnerving than peaceful. Now imagine yourself strolling through this forest completely unfazed by the spooky vibes. A bat swoops down, you casually tip your hat, a wolf howls in the distance. You light a cigarette and offer it one. The point is to find humor in the macabre, to embrace the absurdity of it all. Because let's face it, life can be pretty gothic sometimes, right? Bad things happen, people disappoint. Your favorite coffee shop runs out of oat milk. It's enough to send anyone spiraling into an existential crisis. But what if, instead of resisting the darkness, we just leaned into it? What if we found a way to laugh at the absurdity of it all? So, there you have it, 3 darkly humorous ways to tackle anxiety. Look, life's too short to be constantly stressing. We're all just bumbling through this thing called existence, and sometimes the best we can do is laugh at the absurdity of it all. Remember, humor is a powerful tool. It can disarm our fears, lighten our perspectives, and remind us that even in the darkest of times, there's always something to smile about. So go forth, my friends, and don't forget to laugh, even if it's just at the absurdity of it all.